Hi, I'm Jessica from Devolutions, and today we're going to talk about Pwned Check that we added in RDM 14. We're going to look at why we added it and how it works, so hopefully you can appreciate this tool. I think it will really help you and your users out. So the National Institute of Standards and Technology has recommended that users not use passwords that have been included in data leaks. But one of the issues is, how do users know that a password has been included in a data leak? Troy Hunt, who is a security expert and leads Have I Been Pwned, asked the same question and then developed Pwned Passwords, which is an API that lists over 500,000 passwords that have been included in data breaches. Now we've included a way to check Troy Hunt's API in RDM so that we can check if users are using passwords that are not as secure as they should be. Now let's look at how it works. So here I have an example. It's a credential entry that we're going to use just to show you how the Pwned Passwords works. So I put in the name, Pwned example, my username, and my password. If we just look here, it's 123456. It's popular. It's probably been in a data leak. Let's check. So RDM checks if a password's been pwned every time we save or update an entry. Ooh, this is the message that says, unfortunately, my password has been included in a data breach and I should change it. So I have the option to change it, ignore, or always ignore. When I click change password, I can go back to properties, use our password generator to generate a strong password. If we just look there, and if I click OK, there, that one's a good password to use. It hasn't been included in any data leaks. So we've found a good, strong password, and we've changed it in RDM, but we also need to change it in the corresponding account so that when we use this credential later, it will work with whatever we've connected it to. So we're hoping that when someone sees this pop-up, that it will help them change their habits, and start using stronger passwords and protecting your infrastructure. Maybe you're thinking right now, I haven't seen this pop up. I've updated to RDM 14. I know we use some passwords that are not the best. The reason that you're not seeing it probably is because it is not enabled by default. I'll just show you where you can go in data source settings to enable this option. It is in password management, Pwned checked. So default means it's not enabled, none means it won't work either, and enabled is what we choose if we want to use the Pwned checked option. Just as an aside, if we go and create a new database, it's actually checked by default, so it will go and start working right away. The reason we don't have it checked by default for existing databases is we didn't want to interfere with your workflow too much. So that's how Pwned Check works. You might have some questions now, like how are we transferring your passwords to the Pwned Password API? And the first thing I want to say is, don't worry, we are not actually sending your passwords to Pwned Check, okay? They're not transferred. How it works is RDM encrypts your password into an SHA-1 hash, so it's turned into a bunch of numbers, and then RDM only sends the first 5 characters of that hash to Pwned Passwords. Then Pwned Passwords checks those first 5 characters against all of the hashes in the database. It might come out with a list of several or maybe a lot of different passwords where the first 5 characters of the hash match, and then it will send that list back to RDM. Actually, it won't even send the whole thing. It will only send the second part of the hash back. So in this whole communication, there's not enough information to reconstruct the password. Once RDM receives the second part of the hash, it will compare the entire thing and see if there is a match. If there is a match, that's when we get the pop-up that says the password has been pwned. So as you can see, there's a lot of encryption going on and a lot of checks and balances to make sure that your passwords aren't being sent off into the world. And the whole idea here is that we're trying to up security and help you make better choices. So those are the changes I wanted to show you with security and passwords. They're all new from Remote Desktop Manager 14. We've made some videos about the other big changes in RDM 14. Check them out if you haven't already. If you want more tips and tricks about using our products, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on social media. Thanks a lot for watching.